Are you feeling trapped at your 9 to 5? Is this smoggy old city harshing your hash browns and ruining your sweet succulent vibes? Well, I've got great news for you! You can sell your house, buy an old bus, and leave all of this be- Oh, you have kids. That doesn't matter. Uproot them from their barely established social circles and destabilize the entire structure of their education and shove those little shits into a shelving unit so you can go on your magical journey of self-discovery. Now, did it sound like I was exaggerating to you? Because unfortunately, I'm not. Van life vlog style videos are incredibly popular on TikTok, and they range from demonstrations on how to assemble or purchase a travel van, or they're just super aesthetic videos that remind you how ugly your big fat house without wheels is. I myself have fallen victim to the van life rabbit hole on TikTok. I could watch these videos for hours. Now, let me be clear, there is nothing wrong with living a life of travel. It is a super attractive lifestyle, and if I had the money and the freedom to do so, I would definitely hop on the trend. But similar to a rapidly disintegrating marriage,
every day I wake up and I hope you're dead!
The problem comes when the kids get involved. Over the past year or so, I've watched multiple van life families go viral, and it's not because people are super enthralled with their super groovy hip lifestyle, it's because of the horrible living conditions of their children.
Back here, we ended up doing triple bunks for the boys, which I'm so glad we did. They're super awesome. This folds down to make it easy for them to climb in.
Just to clear up any confusion, no, those are not super comfy body lockers at a morgue. Those are beds for living, breathing children. But surely the parents are also a little cramped. Oh, that is a big ol' comfy bed. Almost every single comment on this family's van tour is, "Hey, what crime did your children commit to deserve this?" But from what I can tell, the parents have not responded to any of these concerns.
How we sleep in the trailer. This is where the little girls sleep. It used to be a table, but it converts into a bed. Here's the couch, and Noah's sleeping on it. Here's where Enoch sleeps. Here's Elijah. He has a top bunk. Down here are Pearl and Naomi. Here's where Josiah sleeps. This is where Mommy and Daddy sleep.
Once again, the only people sleeping in an actual bed are the parents because, as we all know, children are pretty durable. They don't get like back pain or anything. Their bones are made out of rubber or something. Now, this situation is especially concerning, and I could probably make a whole video just on this family alone, because all of these children are trained in classical instruments and have been seen busking in New York City for cash. Which, I mean, is just ridiculous. If mom and dad really wanted to exploit child labor, they would move to Iowa.
The children yearn for the mines.
Come check out the kids' bunk room. We finally finished and they got curtains.
Ah yes, nothing says privacy like a sheet of fabric that can block neither light nor sound. At least these kids will be ready for the army barracks. The only difference will be the Minecraft blanket.
Hi, this is my bunk bed. I love sleeping in it. I even have all my stuffed animals fitting in it.
Yes, that is how children talk. Mom's just standing behind the camera like, say the line. Say the line! With conviction!
You like your bedroom? Do you like sleeping in your bedroom with your siblings?
I hate that she keeps calling it a room. It's not a room. A room has 4 walls. You can't just manifest a curtain into a 4th wall because you call it a room. And yep, mom and dad have a normal-sized bed in a private room all to themselves. I'm starting to notice a little pattern here.
Did you know that you can live in an RV full-time and bring your kids? Although there's a lot of RVs with bunk rooms, here's another option just in case you don't want to lose that extra space because of the second bedroom. This RV is packed with storage, and although that's really great for kids, this is the room that I want to talk about. Not only is this room huge and spacious, but it has a TV elevator, fireplace, and JBL speakers, giving you ultimate surround sound. It also has 2 couches that turn into queen-size beds.
Oh, so the kids get to sleep on the pull-out couch. That's freaking sick. Like sleeping over at your grandma's house, except every single day, and everything smells like feet.
And 2 recliners that are heated. Not only is this perfect for movie night, but for the kids' bedroom as well.
You can't just say that the living room is the kids' bedroom. Okay? If the dad can just waltz in his tidy whities and plop himself down on the couch, I'm sorry, comfortable child's bed and yell at football all afternoon with a six-pack cradled between his thighs, the space is not for the kid. The kid just happens to sleep there sometimes.
It also has a draw curtain, making it where the entire room closes off so the kids have privacy.
Again, with the privacy curtains. If I can hear my kid watching anime on his iPad and experimenting with his body for the first time from the front door, there is no privacy going on.
And gorgeous living room. I understand this layout isn't for everyone.
And boom, massive comfy space for the parents. Why am I not surprised? What sucks is this person is just touring a potential layout. There is no need for them to advertise this RV as a good choice for people with children. But they're being a little greedy, and they're trying to expand their consumer base by convincing the viewer that this is still a good option, even if you have to squeeze in a couple of your Valentine's Day science projects in there.
Hi, we're a family of 6 and we travel full-time in this 42-foot Fleetwood Discovery motorhome.
You know, you'd think that your bed being 7.5 inches away from the pillow of your firstborn child would prevent you from creating more siblings for them, but all of these van life families just can't stop popping out kids.
In 2020, we decided to sell our home and most of our things so that we could travel the country and reconnect as a family. In our master bedroom, we have a stackable washer and dryer and a king-size bed that has full storage underneath. Our bunkhouse has 2 beds where 2 of our kids sleep, and then we have a queen pull-out sofa bed where the other 2 sleep.
It's like these parents are actively trying to ensure that they are going to die alone in a nursing home one day. Did y'all see that big-ass king-sized bed in that big-ass master bedroom? And there's still 2 little kids on the sofa plotting revenge every night, I can only assume. Now, before we move on, I want to make something very clear. If a family, due to poverty, is forced to resort to a living situation where the children have very limited space and privacy, that is totally understandable. Speaking for myself, there was a time when my family didn't have much money, and me and my 3 siblings all slept in one room on mattresses on the floor. That's just what reality was at that time. But in most, if not all of the situations I've shown you, the parents are choosing to live this way. In fact, often, transitioning to this type of lifestyle requires a lot of money up front, so there's a good chance some of these families are better off than the average person. Now, when it comes to van life content, there is no better example than @Red, White, and Bethune on TikTok, or as they're known on YouTube, your hype couple. Yes, they call themselves your hype couple. Their big selling point is they've been living with their 3 children and 4 dogs. Yep, 3 children and 4 dogs in a 40-foot remodeled bus for 3 years.
One of the cool things we did in the bus is each of the kids have their own bunk, and we built this small rock wall for them to have access into the bunk. Instead of a ladder, we felt this would be a more awesome way to get in and out.
Yeah, we thought we'd make it more fun for the kids when they get in their coffin beds. Do you think these parents let their kids watch the Harry Potter movies? Would they get jealous watching the Sorcerer's Stone? If little 11-year-old Harry Potter is looking at your shelf bed setup like, damn, bro, you live like this, your parents might just be abusing you. Then J.K. Rowling's trans character, Woman with a Penis, walks in like, are you children experiencing gender dysphoria? Well, you better not be!
Molly's going to demonstrate getting in the bunk and show you just how easy it is. They use this piece here. It's made out of 3/4 inch plywood, plenty strong enough for them to climb and use, and voila, she's in the bunk.
Getting into the bunk is super easy. Meanwhile, little Molly is just clinging for dear life. Imagine going to sleep comes with a whole workout routine. Oh, are you tired, honey? Well, you better go scale that rock wall. Sleep is something that has to be earned!
This is the day in the life of a 35-year-old bus life mom.
Ah, see? Big ass bed. Also, once again, with the privacy thing. With a lot of the vans that we've seen, at least the master bedroom has usually had a proper door. This family has been living on this bus for 3 years, and there is only a thin curtain between mom and dad's room and the children's docking area. There is absolutely no way These kids have not heard their parents doing the horizontal tango night after night with high-res surround sound audio quality. You'll also see that the bathroom does not have a door, just a curtain, so I guess anytime someone blows out the toilet, they're forced to evacuate to escape the fumes.
She likes to wake up, take her time on the couch, pet Eloise, then it's time to make the bed. There's no better way to start your day. And has a couple errands to run today, so she's gonna pick out an outfit to head out onto the town. Ooh, she's looking fresh.
Okay, I'm gonna try to be polite, but with that outfit, the pieces are coming together. This woman looks like she sucks scum off the top of a pond with a straw to get her daily vitamins. Now, after thousands of comments called out these parents for making their children live in conditions worse than a maximum security prison, they finally upgraded the bus and gave their children a little bit more space. So yeah, this new setup is significantly less claustrophobic than the last one, but those still aren't rooms. Those are just slightly bigger shelves. A big aspect of this family's TikTok presence is not just about the van, but also their philosophy and way of life, especially how they raise their kids. And a lot of these videos are very upsetting.
Last night, Molly chose not to do her chores. And if our kids don't do their chores, they have consequences. Molly can't have any of her technology today, and she's got to get them done before going outside and playing.
With all of these wannabe influencer parents, we're gonna have a whole generation of children that are just gonna be severely psychologically f***ed up. Imagine you're a little kid and you just got in trouble for not doing your chores, and as you're washing the dishes, your mom comes in like, "Hey, hundreds of thousands of people on TikTok, little Molly forgot to do her chores last night, so she's in big trouble. Hey, keep scrubbing. Turn dramatically towards the window. We want good lighting, okay? Okay. Little Molly didn't do her chores last night." When I see parents publicly posting their discipline methods for their children, it fills me with absolute rage, because now the punishment is far more than the consequence that you assigned them. Now the punishment is you get to be humiliated in front of the eyes of thousands of strangers, which, especially for something as small as forgetting to wash the dishes, is incredibly cruel. Obviously, the couple got massive backlash for this video, and this is what the father had to say.
Yes, our kids have consequences. Yes, if they don't do the chores, they're gonna have to pay. Just like if I don't pay my light bill, they come turn my damn power off. If you believe that children shouldn't have consequences and shouldn't have responsibilities, we're really freaking doomed as a society. Get your shit together, man. I love you though.
So he immediately ignores people's actual concern that he is broadcasting the punishment of his child as entertainment for profit, and pretends that everyone is upset because they believe that children shouldn't have any consequences or responsibilities, which is not what anyone was saying. The couple is especially obsessed with keeping their daughter Molly's life on camera, and they had another video go viral in a bad way.
A few months ago, Molly was earning money in order to buy herself an Oculus. But we had a really big surprise because a good friend decided that they wanted to send their Oculus that they didn't use anymore to the kid. We wait until the sun goes down, and the kids take about 10 minutes each having their own turn playing the Oculus.
So yeah, they made their child do manual labor to earn a very expensive gift, but when she got the gift, she was forced to share it, and she only got 10 minutes a day with it, which is about enough time to boot the sucker up and choose a game. The good news is she is now ready to be actively exploited by her future employer when she becomes the next little cog in the machine with the rest of us. Which, from that perspective, I guess this is really good parenting. Now, like many of the van life families I've shown, these parents aggressively defend their choice to homeschool.
Our kids don't go to school. We don't send our kids to school. We don't do traditional homeschooling. We want our kids to be leaders. We want them to think for themselves.
Now, once again, I recognize that I'm stepping into very sensitive territory, but as someone who was homeschooled from diapers to college, I feel like my opinion holds a little bit of weight. My writing, reading, and history were massively accelerated, but my math, sciences, and social development were pretty stunted. And my experience was a highly structured, traditional traditional way of homeschooling, so these parents are actively bragging that their children are not getting that. There are a lot of warning signs that I'm seeing based on my experience. The kids don't have properly sized desks, but their mom has this giant desk that apparently she uses to edit YouTube videos for 6 hours a day. Also, the parents seem pretty preoccupied with their TikTok and YouTube presence, which is kind of concerning considering that they're willing to throw away 3 children's education for like a few hundred likes on TikTok. They say that they're preparing their kids to be leaders, but they haven't had an established social group for 3 years, and anytime they do make social ties, they're the new kids blowing into town on the weird hippie bus. It's kind of hard to cultivate leadership skills that way. But the parents' response to criticism is always very immature. They even faked quitting their van life because they got a bunch of backlash.
I'm back, bitches, and you're not gonna get rid of me again. Don't like my videos, that's fine. Just keep commenting and pushing them up in engagement. Thanks again, guys, for the support. And to the trolls, keep on talking shit, and I'm gonna keep on posting. See you guys on your For You page.
Ooh, you really stuck it to the trolls. Those nasty trolls that were just trying to figure out whether or not they should call CPS. Kids don't just stay conveniently shelf-sized accessories to your life forever. One day they're gonna be adults, and they just might be a little bit upset that you put them back in a lot of basic life skills. Do I think these kids are gonna have a plethora of experiences that most kids can only dream of? Absolutely. But do I also think that they're gonna have severe gaps in their development and education and probably grow up with chronic back pain? Yeah, the problem I see with these van life families is pretty much the same across the board. Mom and dad want to break away from the monotony of life and start a new chapter of adventure. But they don't make enough room, both literally and emotionally, for their kids to share that adventure with them. They just drag them along like luggage. The kids don't have any say in this dramatic, life-altering choice. They just get stuffed in their shelf beds and driven away from any friends or familiarity they've ever known. And at a certain point, there are just some families with too many children to ethically live in a van for more than a week's vacation. I'm sorry, that's just the truth. You made these little human beings, you gotta take care of them. Too often, people view children as if they're not a fully conscious and unique person until they're like 18 or older, and they don't consider the fact that their child has the same needs for space and privacy as they do. It just boils down to selfishness at the end of the day. All right, well, that was pretty much all I wanted to talk about. I think I'm gonna go take a nap.